Yesterday I did a video on a list that I found, which I actually found the source. I'll put that in the description, of the top 20 loudest stadiums in the nation. Now it's time for the flip side. This is the disgraceful list, the top 25
quietest stadiums.
Keep it down. I'm trying to listen to what the refs are saying. Shh. Hey, I said keep it down. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I do videos just like this every single day, and if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to share this video. Got a lot of reactions from yesterday's videos, some positive, but mostly negative, of course. But that's okay, that's what these videos are all about. Let's debate this. Today it's time for the disgraceful list.
The quietest stadiums in the nation.
So try to keep it down, okay guys? Try to keep it down. Number 25 on this list, Illinois, 25th quietest stadium in the nation. Memorial Stadium, capacity 60,670. That's not that small. It's kind of small-ish, but it's not that small. Problem is, Illinois just hasn't been all that good, so they really haven't had anything to cheer about. But you might want to make some noise and encourage your team. That's how it works. Even when your team's down, you need to put on that rally cap and get loud. Number 24 on this list, this one surprised me. Notre Dame with Notre Dame Stadium. Capacity is 77,622. That's a pretty big stadium. Don't look at me, this is not my list. But like I said, I'll put the source in the description. Notre Dame's had pretty decent success, and historically they're one of the greatest programs in college football, so why they're on this list I really don't know. Number 23, the 23rd quietest stadium in the nation, Boston College Alumni Stadium. Capacity 44,500. And I've gotten a lot of feedback on this one from people that have gone to Boston College, mainly Clemson fans, because that's where I live, and they're like, yeah, Boston College, that's actually what they do. They lull you to sleep, and all of a sudden, you're in the fourth quarter and you're down by 3. So that might actually be a strategy for Boston College. Number 22 on this list, the 22nd quietest stadium in the nation, Florida State? Doak Campbell Stadium, capacity 79,560. That's a big stadium, and on TV, when Florida State's good and they got that tomahawk chop going, it's freaking loud. So maybe they're going by the past couple years. I don't know. But Seminole fans, you need to get Florida State off this list. This is on you. Number 21, Michigan Stadium, aka the Big House. Seating capacity 107,601. Third largest stadium in the world, number 1 in the nation in college football. There is no excuse for Michigan to be on this list. But I heard on my previous video that it's because the stadium is flat. That's the excuses that I heard from Michigan fans. I think the bottom line is, y'all need to be louder. That is way too many people to be on the quiet list. Number 20, TCU, the 20th quietest stadium in the nation. Amon G. Carter Stadium, seating capacity an even 50,000, so it is a smaller stadium. That's the first excuse. But really, this stadium is built quite awkwardly, very off balance. TCU has had a lot of success, so crowd noise should be legit and they should not be on this list. Y'all got to do better, TCU fans. Number 19 on this list, Colorado, Folsom Field, seating capacity 53,613. The biggest thing that comes to mind is the elevation. It is way up there. Maybe they just run out of oxygen, 5 minutes into the game and they're just out of breath and they just get quiet. That's a legitimate excuse. Number 18, Ole Miss, Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. Seating capacity 64,038, so not too small, but not massive. And Ole Miss has beaten Alabama in the Nick Saban era a couple of times, so Ole Miss has given the fans a reason to cheer. You need to be louder to get off this list. Number 17, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. Seating capacity 52,929. So yes, a smaller-ish stadium, and it is awkward, and Indiana has not been good for a very long time. Although last year, they did almost beat Ohio State, but that was in the horseshoe. This year, it will be at Indiana. So y'all need to be louder than what you're being represented on this list if you want any chance to beat Ohio State at home. Number 16, Maryland Stadium. Seating capacity 54,000. This stadium is freaking lopsided. Probably the most lopsided stadium in the nation. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Well, Maryland hasn't been all that good. West Virginia does have to go to Maryland, so I'm kind of glad that Maryland doesn't have a great home field advantage, and West Virginia is the better team. You better pull out a win, West Virginia, because there's no excuses. Number 15 on this list, the 15th quietest stadium in the nation, North Carolina, Kenan Memorial Stadium. Seating capacity 51,000. Not all that big of a stadium. I looked at the pictures and 51,000 doesn't seem right, but that's what it's listed, and North Carolina is starting to get better and better under Mike Brown, so I think within a year they will be completely off this list. Number 14, Arizona Stadium. Seating capacity 57,400, so a smaller-ish stadium, and Arizona has sucked for a long time, and maybe the desert air, gives you a dry throat and takes your voice away. I don't know, but you're on the list. Number 13, Rutgers SHHH Stadium. Seating capacity 52,454. So yes, a smaller stadium, and Rutgers has been historically bad. They did have a small stretch in the Big East where they were actually pretty good. But all in all, this has been a bad program. That's probably why they're on this list. But like I said, to get them off this list, you probably need to get louder. This is a catch-22. Number 12 on this list, the 12th quietest stadium in the nation, Stanford Stadium. Seating capacity 50,000, another smaller stadium. Stanford did have a small stretch of success a while back, and they're not all that bad. The crowd needs to get into this team a little bit more. They have potential to be a good team in the Pac-12. You gotta make some noise, Stanford fans. Number 11 on this list, Miami. The Miami Hurricanes. They share a stadium with the Miami Dolphins, so they play in a pro stadium. Hard Rock Stadium is the name. Capacity 65,326. So size, not all that bad. It actually looks like a really cool stadium, and Miami is starting to have success again. Y'all need to show up to these games and make some noise to get off this list. Y'all really don't have any excuses as of right now. Number 10 on this list, USC, the LA Memorial Coliseum. Seating capacity 78,467. So maybe it's a little too big and it's flat like Michigan. I can hear the excuses already, but USC has had a lot of success, and I've heard that stadium get a little bit loud. Y'all need to make some more noise. You need to be louder. That's a lot of people. Y'all can do better than this. Number 9 on this list, Missouri Barrett Field. Seating capacity 62,621. Not all that big of a stadium, and Missouri is very up and down. I've heard times where it's been pretty loud and times where you could hear a cricket. You need to even it out and get off this list. Number 8 on this list, California Memorial Stadium. Seating capacity an even 63,000. This is a decent sized stadium, not massive, but decent. Cal, not really all that successful. It's hard to believe that Aaron Rodgers came out of Cal. So at one time, Cal did have something to cheer for. Right now, not much, but you got to get out of that catch-22. Make some noise and will your team to get better. Number 7, Northwestern Ryan Field. Seating capacity 47,130. Really small stadium, so they kind of do have an excuse, and Northwestern hasn't been all that great. They had a pretty good season last year. Maybe if y'all can start stacking those successful seasons, the fans will get louder. I don't know, but you need to figure out something. It's too quiet at Northwestern. Number 6 on this list, the 6th quietest stadium in the nation, Kansas. David Booth, Kansas Memorial Stadium. Seating capacity a shameful 47,000. So the stadium is small, the team sucks, the crowd is very quiet. This team is headed for disaster. Oh wait, they're already there. Kansas has been in shambles for a while. Believe it or not, less than 20 years ago, they were close to getting to the national championship in college football. That's crazy. And they did end up winning that BCS Bowl that year. That was a long time ago. Number 5 on this list, Wake Forest Truist Field. Seating capacity 31,500. This is the smallest stadium in the FBS. Guys, what is going on? Is there no support for the football program at Wake Forest? This is super small. No wonder it's on this list. You can't make much noise at 31,500. You need to expand on that stadium. Number 4 on this list, Duke Wallace Wade Stadium. Seating capacity 40,004. So yes, they barely got over that 40,000 mark. But hey, at least Duke has Cameron Indoor Stadium, one of the loudest basketball stadiums in the nation. Number 3 on this list, Vanderbilt Stadium. Seating capacity 39,790. So not quite at 40,000, and it's cramped. The football field, the baseball field, and the basketball stadium are cramped. So if Vanderbilt did want to expand, it would only be able to do it on one side, so it would get lopsided. They're in a bad situation at Vanderbilt, and their football team sucks. Number 2 on this list, UCLA, the Rose Bowl. This thing seats 90,888. one of the bigger stadiums in the nation. What is going on out in Los Angeles? That is way too many people to be number 2 on this list. You need to sell out more, and you need to make more noise. You have a decent coach over there, and I do think UCLA is headed in the right direction. Now is the time to get some excitement going, make some noise, and get off this list. Like I said at the beginning of this video, guys, this is not my list, but I love number 1 because it is Pitt Heinz Field. So yes, they do share a stadium with a pro football team. Seating capacity 68,400. Pitt has several problems going on. Number 1, they do share a stadium with a pro football team. Number 2, Pitt fans do not want to show up at their own home games. Admittedly, they say it all the time. They don't want to go. And number 3, Pitt's not very good. I know, they have a rich history in college football, but for the past 30 years, not good at all. They have the recipe of a disaster of a program, and why they are number 1 in the quietest stadium rankings. Dadgum, Pitt. I am glad I'm not a Pitt fan. Let me know what y'all think of this list and how y'all would rank the quietest stadiums in the nation. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.